Well guys, how are you? Yeah, this week we are going to feature the Strideways, the box for it. I'll get rid of that. And then we've got our regulator, which I am very excited about actually. Take a look at this. So this is the Strideways CO2 professional regulator. Something I've wanted, I've admired now for a long time, and I thought one day I'm going to buy it, and well, I had a perfect excuse this week to go and buy it. So I have. This one's slightly different to the cheaper ones. We do have a knob here we can turn to set working pressure, which the cheaper kits don't have. It's also, yeah, I mean, it feels solid, really well made straight away. Apparently, when I read the box and read the instruction before I bought it, this is a really exceptional needle valve, really precise, which is going to be very important. Looks really nice, looks really sleek. We've got a solenoid valve, so I can set the timer on this for CO2 to come in and out, and it just goes to quite a regular connection for a CO2 bottle. I'm going to get connected today, and we're going to talk through about that. But that's pretty much it, really. This is a. I mean, look at that dial. Look at that dial. Can you see that on camera? Beautiful dial, solid dial. I got a sticker there. Look. Take it off. Oh, even better look. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to get this installed in a few minutes. Okay, so this is our CO2 bottle. It's a 2 kilogram CO2 bottle. This is a proper, Aquarium CO2 bottle. You can use fire extinguishers. A lot of people do it. Me personally, my personal preference is no, because I hate the idea of clamping something down. People use cable ties, string, that sort of stuff to hold the trigger down on the fire extinguisher. I just don't like that. I don't like it. I don't trust it. I think you're messing enough around with CO2 that that extra level of messing, to me personally, logically, is just no point. So I use a proper one, and it's refillable, and it lasts for years, so there's no real panic. It's a side mounting one. It's got on the side. This one has a on and off valve at the top, so I can shut this off at any time without any issue. Whereas obviously a fire extinguisher, you can, but I don't know. Look, a lot of people use it. I'm not knocking it. It's been done for years by many aquarists. Me, it's just my personal opinion, I don't want to risk it. So that's that. Now, then this is your regulator. So you've got a little nut here, which you hand tighten first, and then they give you a spanner and you'll tighten it a bit extra. We're going to do that. And we're going to talk about one thing first, is your bubble counter fluid. I use this one from Green Aqua. Now I can't get this anymore because of shipping issues, but it's basically a special fluid for bubble counters. You can use water, but it will evaporate and you have to keep replacing it. This one lasts a very long time, so we're going to use that today as well. And you're just going to fill that up on your bubble counter. We can do that now because I'm going to install it anyway. Okay, I need a syringe. I forgot to bring it. 2 seconds, bear with me. Okay, so we've done that off camera because I couldn't find the syringe for ages and all that sort of stuff. But that's your bubble counter fluid. You want to fill it about 80–90%, not all the way to the top. And then that will last, hopefully, ages for our CO2. Now, so, now I'm trying to do this probably in a position I shouldn't do it really, but I'm trying to get this on so you can see it, guys, so bear with me. I'm just going to put this on hand tight first. So I'm just going to screw it on by hand first. This is quite important, and you want to screw it on. Take your time screwing it on because you don't want to cross thread it. You don't want to damage that seal inside there. As you can see, that's now on our bottle, and so I was going to give that a bit more of a hand tighten. Yeah, so that's now hand tight. This is your spanner they give you in the box, and you're just going to hold it very carefully, very strongly. I'm just going to give that a turn, holding the regulator at the same time. Now, you don't want to over tighten this, but you don't want to be too loose either. I would say just until it's becoming very hard to turn without forcing it. that's now all nice and tightened on the bottle, and then when we release this when we're in the aquarium, our gauge will go up. We can set our working pressure, plug it in, connect our CO2 tubing with diffuser, and that is pretty much it. That's your CO2 kit ready to go for your aquarium. Now, our next job is to install our CO2 tubing onto our bubble counter. For this you should be using CO2 tubing. Try not to use airline tubing, it's not as good and can corrode over time. And you're just going to unscrew this top cap off the bubble counter, making sure that you've not untightened your counter. There we go. And then pop this through like so. Oh, you can see this one without fingers in the way. There we go. There we go. Pop that onto your bubble counter. Sometimes you might need hot water, not always. Just make sure that's on there, nice and snug. And then tighten up your top cap, which will then hopefully seal it. Nice and tight. Make this one quite tight. This is actually quite important. That's nice and tight now. When I've ever noticed leaks on CO2 regulators, it's usually here you get your leak. That's not on tight enough, and then gas is escaping before it gets into your escapes here, because in your regulator comes out, actually escapes here and doesn't get into your aquarium. That's the main reason. Other areas would be your actual locking nut, and you can prepare a soapy solution. When it's running, spray it on, and if you see any bubbles, there's your issue. Reassemble, start again. So that's our CO2 attached. So we've turned this valve, set it on. If you hear a hissing sound at this point, yeah, stop, turn it off, reconnect. It's not on properly. There's no hissing sound, I'm good to go. Then I've set the working pressure valve here to 20, which is about right for a small aquarium. If it was a massive aquarium, you might want a bit higher, but 20 is recommended. So let's get this turned on and see how it happens. Yeah, so working pressure coming on, CO2 adjusted, and we have CO2 bubbles in double counter. Yeah, this needle valve was absolutely brilliant, really precise, very easy to use. Yeah, so that's the CO2 regulator installed fully. Yeah, very happy with that. Really feels well made, looks lovely, looks fantastic. It was very easy to assemble, very easy to use. The needle valve was absolutely spot on, so precise, looks amazing, way better than the old one. Really happy with it. Big shout out to Aquarium here in Ireland. You save the day, brilliant company. Check the website out, I'll leave a link in the description. Wednesday, the regulator failed. In the spot bother, I don't want to go without CO2. Rang him, contacted him, he says, I need one for Friday, very latest, can you do it? He wasn't even in the shop at the time, because look, I'll make it happen. He did, it arrived yesterday morning. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Aquarium. And that's it for this video, guys, today. So if you enjoyed the video and you like what you're watching, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to grow the channel as best as I can. And that's it. We'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.